And it has been a rumbustious occasion, as it frequently is when these two Basque clubs meet. Key matches to look forward to in La Liga. El Otro Clásico, as it's known, tomorrow. Atletico against Barcelona. And then jumping ahead to El Clásico itself, Ali. Barca against Real Madrid on the 24th of October. But heavens knows what state of health Barca will be in at that point.
Heavens know what state Barcelona is going to be on tomorrow.
Yeah.
Never mind October 24th. This situation in that club, just when you think it's getting bad, that it couldn't get worse, actually it does. The Champions League match against Benfica was embarrassing. And I mean embarrassing. And yet they have an opportunity against Atletico Madrid to somehow turn it around and create some momentum in La Liga. It's so odd what's going on right now in Barcelona and so difficult to explain.
Yeah, it's going to be a fascinating confrontation tomorrow. Hope you'll join us on ESPN Plus for all the build-up and then the action. I'll have Luis Garcia in the commentary box with me for that game. Alaves making their way back out. And not a great surprise. We sort of hinted at this earlier to see that Joselu is on in place of Mamadou Sila, who really struggled to get into the game, Ali.
Well, to be fair to Sila, there wasn't a whole lot of service coming from Alaves. There wasn't a whole lot of possession from Alaves, and whatever level of activity he had on the field was really defensively, just kind of chasing people and trying to put some pressure on the back line of Athletic Club Bilbao as they build from the back. I don't know how much more you were expecting from Sila, but Joselu is a target player and a guy that you can play direct to him. He's going to hold it up, but then you have to have runners, and that has to be the job of Luis Rioja and Miguelín.
There's a magnificent sight. The San Mamés, the cathedral, as it's referred to, and away they go. Second half underway. Deportivo Alaves, to give them their full name, attacking the goal to our right. But Athletic Club more on the front foot in the first half than were their opponents. Here's Iñaki Williams. Just a reminder, his 203rd successive Primera appearance. That is a record. Joselu on for Sila. The change made by Alaves.
That Iñaki Williams' new record. He breaks the 202 matches, and let's just give him a shout out because why not? Juan Antonio Larrañaga from Real Sociedad.
Yeah, Juan Antonio Larrañaga, or Tion Andoni, as they would say here in the Basque region. Am I right?
Look at you. I mean, you're bringing it. I like it when you bring it like that, Derek.
I do like to stick up for Basque culture, which sometimes gets lost in the shuffle. And you did ask me earlier about pinchos. And, well, my three would be brocheta de gambas.
Okay. Classic.
Yeah, which would be shrimp. We'll come back to that in a second, but off the head of Joselu here, behind for the goal kick. Pulpo a la plancha.
Of course.
And I'm going to stay with the seafood theme. Atún.
Oh.
Tuna.
Little tuna action. And how would you prefer that?
Well, it's normally in this part of the country served very plain. It's just fresh tuna, and it's delicious. So there you go. If you ever come here to the Basque region, that's what you need to look for. Sorry for that culinary aside.
Oh, no, please.
And an appetising moment, certainly, for Athletic Club, right on the cusp of the half-time interval. Leque's been pretty productive on the right flank, getting forward. Nominally a defender, but useful attacking weapon for them. Had to feed this one in, but away by La Guardia for Alaves. Just under 30,000, 28,665. I said earlier, 60% capacity allowed here at the San Mamés tonight.
Here's the challenge for Alaves. While there was optimism and goodwill built from that result against Atletico Madrid, there's also a reality about Alaves. Coming into this match, they are either worst or second worst in just about every significant stat, every significant number, standings, points, so on and so forth, goals against, goals for. Whatever you think matters in terms of stats, they are either worst or second worst in La Liga. And that is the reality of your club. So where do you find the confidence to then go and attack Athletic Club Bilbao and try to create a chance? So all that optimism that you had following the Atletico Madrid victory was great, so long as you kept it at 0 here, and you kept the shutout and kept the clean sheet and gave yourself an opportunity from a set piece. You haven't been able to do that. Now it becomes really difficult.
They've scored just 2 goals. And not one from open play. It's a worry. Doesn't all go well with the rest of the campaign in mind. Pass by Lum out to this near side to Martin. Trying to burrow his way through, Martin, and he has managed to win the free kick here for Alaves. Member of the Spain team that won the European Under-21 Championship in 2019, Martin.
Martin Aguirre Gaviria, little cutback action. Danny Garcia, a little out of control, which he seems to be a lot of the time through the midfield, a physical player that really depends on that intensity and urgency to trying to win the ball back. Makes a challenge and now gives an opportunity to Alaves on a set piece, and maybe, just maybe, the chance that they need in order to get back into this match.
Tony Moya standing over it. Signed on a free during the summer from Atletico. Made only 3 appearances. Can he find one of the targets? Well, that's the question we always ask, and Miazga was certainly one of them, and has been one of them at set plays. So to Chimo. Chimo it was who gave away the penalty early on in this game. And then bailed out by his goalkeeper Pacheco.
Here comes a long throw from Miazga.
Let's see how well they've been practicing it. Trying to get the shot in here and sticking to their task. And it's Rioja wide in the end. He was determined.
And it's not pretty, it's not sexy to look at, but it does create a little bit of chaos. And a rebound and a 50-50 ball, and somehow it falls to Rioja, who gets a shot on goal, unable to make the contact that he wanted.
Previously with Almeria, Luis Rioja activated a release clause to bring him to Alaves. Lum did well, looking for that correct weight of pass, but it's Inigo Martinez away. That's one thing about Athletic Bilbao. They do have defensive resilience as part of their makeup. We maybe haven't seen that as much in the last couple of games, but they pride themselves on being a defence-first kind of team.
Right, and so some of the thoughts of Marcelino coming into this match, and they were talking to him about giving up those late goals as they did against Rayo Vallecano as well as Valencia. His response was, yeah, we haven't been able to close out matches, so it probably would be important for us to score a second goal, so that you don't have that sort of stressful finish if you don't need to.
Yep.
Here's a classic example in a match in which they're leading 1-0. Maybe there's an opportunity to score a second.
Oh, in steps Danny Garcia, and here's Iñaki Williams. Oh, beaten down by Pacheco, then a bit of a mix-up, and that could have gone anywhere. Goodness me. Chimo, not quite sure where he was trying to send the ball. Munyain, fleet of foot. It stays in play. Or does it? No, apparently not. Corner has belatedly been given. That was a crazy little sequence, wasn't it?
Danny Garcia released the ball way too early to Iñaki Williams. There's a turnover from Alaves, and now if you're Dani Garcia, you got to run at the defender. You got to make the defender commit to you, and then that creates a space for Iñaki Williams. So that creates a space for Raúl Garcia down the right-hand side. He released the ball way too early, and then he made the job of Iñaki Williams a lot more difficult, and then Alaves made it even more difficult to try to clear it out of their own 18-yard box.
Muniain. A deep ball in for one of his teammates again. Nodded on by Balenciaga. Will be an Alaves ball. Just trying to make one or two adjustments. Marcelino, former coach of Valencia, Villarreal, Sevilla, Racing. Two different spells. Zaragoza. Who have I missed out? Recreativo maybe. Gijón. Man of many clubs.
Sounds like the list of teams that Marc Miazga has been loaned out to. Vitesse, Nantes, Reading, Anderlecht, Alaves. Marc Miazga needs to find a home. Place that he can get comfortable and grow as a player and find continuity and consistency.
You surprised at all that he wasn't named in the US national team squad?
There's a lot of rotation going on in the national team squad. It's a big pool of players and a lot of players coming in and out. I think there's still a search going on as to what the core group of players is for that national team, and Greg Berhalter has opened the competition to a number of players and saying, okay, well, you got to prove it. Now, Marc Miazga has been playing regularly for Alaves over the last couple of weeks, but obviously that hasn't been enough to get the call-up. I'm sure he's on the radar, though. Everybody seems to be.
It's a good header on, wasn't it, by Joselu. Miguel, who, as we remarked earlier, has been quiet, finally getting into a productive position. Just a reminder that La Liga lives here. All the matches are available on ESPN+. That applies to a number of other leagues as well. But ESPN+ is the home of La Liga. I hope you're enjoying this little taste of Friday night action in the Primera. And Duarte over on that far side again. Joselu does bring know-how to Alaves, but still managed to drift into an illegal position then.
I am incredibly surprised that we've gone 10 minutes in the second half, that Joselu has been on the field and you haven't told me that he's from Stuttgart, that he was born in Stuttgart.
He was, and he was schooled in Germany as a youngster. 4 years of schooling before the family returned to Galicia.
Ah, okay.
Might be substitution time here for
Good Lord.
Alaves.
That's
John Guidetti.
That's a lot of work there.
Could have said that reminds me of you, Ali, but it would be dishonest to say that.
Very dishonest.
I'm an honest man. Balenciaga. Now Muniain trying to put it back for Williams. Didn't get any purchase behind the shot. Dani Garcia trying to keep it going here for Athletic Club. John Guidetti shortly to come on for Alaves, trying to bolster their attack.
Nice little combination down the left-hand side, but it's individual effort. Iker Muniain, a little change of space. Gets around Martin Aguirre Gaviria. Good service into Iñaki Williams. Iñaki Williams just cannot make the contact that he wants. Kind of chops across the ball, hits it into the ground, almost off with his right foot, and then the clearance at the back post.
Well, the volume turned up here at the San Mamés in anticipation of this free kick. John Guidetti will come on shortly. In by Muniain. Not enough height on that one. Controlled by Miguel de la Fuente. See if they can counter-attack clinically here, Alaves, and that was certainly the idea. Rioja had made his way into the centre. Here's Joselu. And Athletic Club on the back foot. Steered away by Balenciaga in the end. Moya, that switch of play. And Duarte was waiting. Rioja's in there, and it didn't quite arrive at the feet of Joselu. Little swirl of energy from Alaves. John Guidetti still having to wait for the moment to come on. Let us remind you about Atletico Barcelona. That's the big one on Saturday. ESPN Plus for full live coverage. 2:30 p.m. Eastern. Then on Sunday, Real Madrid in Cornellà against Espanyol. Sunday 9:45 in the morning Eastern time. So big games for you to look forward to this weekend in La Liga. Iñaki Williams ultimately up a cul-de-sac. Duarte really having to backpedal. Down has gone Raúl Garcia. Nothing there. Joselu was looking for it. Leque for Athletic Club. They build from the back once more. There are terrific fans in this part of the country, and they have a reputation for being very sporting fans as well. If you talk to somebody like Xavi, he'll tell you that he got goosebumps playing here, and even though he was a Barcelona superstar, his performances were appreciated and acknowledged.
I'm sure that if you're an Athletic Club Bilbao player, there's a sense of pride that comes with being part of this club, being part of the history and the culture of Athletic Club Bilbao. So you feel a connection with the fans that goes beyond them just coming to support you. There is something cultural about this team that really defines who they are.
Here's the change now. John Guidetti is on for Miguel de la Fuente. Guidetti, the Swede, 5 previous appearances this season and hasn't scored. I remember watching him a few years ago now when he was in Scotland with Celtic. Made the move from Celtic to Celta here in Spain. A few frustrating years for him. Remember, had a loan spell in Germany with Hannover 96. Here's Muniain, and away goes Iñaki Williams. Can he score on this record-breaking day for him? Well, he has to be content with a corner. It comes off Chimo. Corner to Athletic Club.
And he has set up the defender to where he was going to do a little cut to the inside and then to the outside. And on the cut to the outside, that touch got away from him, didn't allow him to actually take a path towards goal. Had to settle on the cross, and that allowed Chimo Navarro some time to come and challenge the ball and actually make the tackle.
Let's see what they can conjure here, and it was flashed in. Because they might have a chance of being fruitful. Inigo Martinez in the thick of the action as they work this corner. Berenguer. Up goes Joselu. It's nodded down by Loom for Alaves. Have re-established themselves as part of the fixtures and fittings, Alaves, these last few seasons. 6 in a row now in the Primera. They know they've got to stop the overall rot. Yes, an excellent result and performance against Atletico de Madrid in the last game, but it's all about consistency on a week-to-week basis. away by Loom on that occasion. Here's Muniain. Guidetti tried to put in the challenge. Vencedor's pass. Good piece of defending by Duarte.
This is when Alaves then sort of have to figure out what they want to do and what the game calls for. Now, I understand with Joselu up top, you want to play the ball direct to him. But before you play that ball to Joselu, you have to complete a couple of passes further up the field so that when Joselu actually receives the ball, he has options around him. If your first pass is up to Joselu and is him against the world, well, this is not going to work. Complete couple of passes, find Joselu, join in the attack, and then run beyond Joselu. Maybe that gives you an opportunity.
Rioja. Getting the return ball, Luis Rioja. And stretching for it, Inigo Martinez behind for the corner. That has worked out for him, Inigo Martinez.
And I agree with Luis Rioja, who's telling both Joselu and John Guidetti, you got to come across the near post. We never get in this attacking opportunity. We never get in this sort of attacking position. I'm about to cross the ball. Make a run. You can't just hang out top of the 18-yard box and hope that I get the ball to you. No, make a run into a dangerous spot. I'll play it there, get on the end of it, and maybe we tie this game up.
Well, you mentioned Nico Williams earlier. Let's see him shortly. Overcomes the corner. And again, it's Inigo Martinez. We know they've got to concentrate to the maximum here, Athletic Club. It's always likely at some stage Alaves would have a spell of pressure. Guidetti waiting up there near Unai Simon. And a good corner it was. Just wouldn't fall properly for Alaves and for Guidetti. It will be substitution time now. And here is the change. Nico Williams, only 19, as you said earlier, Ali, learning an awful lot from his brother. Berenguer seemed to be the initial signal, and it will indeed be Alex Berenguer as he makes his way off, and a big roar of approval as on comes Nico Williams.
I can tell you this much about Nico Williams. You know all about the speed, the change of pace, but every time he comes on the field or has come on the field this season, he seems to have an impact on the game. Willing to take players on, willing to run in behind. Similar player to Berenguer in some ways, but that element of speed and that change of pace, I think, separates him. If I were the manager of this team, and I've said it before, Nico Williams would be starting for me. Now, I know he's a great change of pace off the bench, but at some point, maybe you give him a run from the beginning of the match.
Yeah, at some point. I wonder when that point will be. Time will tell.